It's the NFL on EA Sports. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Los Angeles Rams and the Dallas Cowboys. And it's coming up next on Madden Football.
It's a stadium so big you can easily spot it flying into Dallas-Fort Worth for a game. This is AT&T Stadium here in Arlington. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Heward. I'm Kate Scott. And Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we've got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over them for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
Ball is teed up. Joshua Carty to do the honors. And off we go from Dallas. On the return, here's Rico Dowdle. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. So here come the Cowboys for their opening drive. Bringing them out is a Mississippi State fourth-round pick in 2016 who's found considerable success in this league, Dak Prescott.
I don't think I'm alone in this, Kate. To me, Dak is one of the easiest players to root for their success in the NFL. I think for me and for many others, well, it's based on all he's overcome, from tough playoff losses to significant injuries. But his leadership, his stats, his ability to play like an MVP in big moments, at his best, he really is all you could ever ask for.
Opening play, and Dak's gonna throw. And his first offering of the game winds up incomplete. This one intended for the running back. So that brings up second down.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive downfield. I love the call. I love pushing the ball down the field. But the windows in the throwing lanes aren't there long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be off.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Tackle made by Ernest Jones. No gain on the play, and they still need 10 now on third down.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
Prescott now on third down. Complete beyond the marker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. This is Elliott running right. And he goes out a little short of the 40. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
On second down, a run with Elliott. And they make the stop, we're going to say at about the 37-yard line. A pickup of 2, maybe 3, but most importantly, Brock, that's enough to move the sticks.
You know what I like about a second and short run play, Kate? Yeah, I like getting a first down, but you know what I like even more? That's going to set up a play-action pass in a similar down and distance, and that defense is going to have to key on the run.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Working from the pistol, Prescott. Escapes the pocket. Now he takes it. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. They'll get 18 yards there. And it'll be first down, Dallas.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. First down, here's Dak. Throw secured by Brandon Cooks. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule. You get a little something coming out of it, too.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Dak now from the gun. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense. And now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin because we know pressure leads to sacks. And sacks in this league often leads to wins.
This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun is Prescott. He's on the move. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it 1st and goal.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
From the red zone now. Has it in close. Touchdown, Dallas. What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays to keep that ball moving and find the end zone, getting your offense established in its top gear right here early on.
Extra point from Aubrey is up and good. And the Cowboys will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Ronnie Rivers now on the return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So here come the Rams on offense, ready for their opening drive. And leading them out to one of the game's all-time leading passers, the top pick back in 2009. Still going strong, it's Matthew Stafford.
Stafford just continues to fight off injuries, and he continues to battle father time. And it is remarkable. There's a lot of quarterbacks as we see him age. We see the arm fall apart. We see the wear in the tear and the velocity disappear. You're just not seeing that with Stafford. You can question how long the journey may continue, but you cannot question how productive he is when he's on that field.
That's a reception for Tyler Higbee. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. The first carry now for Kyron Williams. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Another run for Williams. And he's able to get this down to the 36. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
First down, ball at the 36. Stafford from the gun. Pass complete, 2-2 Atwell. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. Third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Working from the gun, here's Stafford. He'll get this to Cobb. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. They pick the handoff now. Stafford caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And no turnover. It's going to stay with the offense.
You know what? Everybody on the field is going to make mistakes. The key is to clean that up as quickly as he can. Ball carrier loses possession, but he doesn't panic and lose composure. Instead, well, he hops on the ball and he saves the day.
All right, here we go. Second down. Trying again, following the sack. That's knocked away by a defender, incomplete.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Shotgun snap to Stafford. Finds a man right side. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the fourth down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
Sly's kick is up and good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Here's Cavante Turpin on the return. They track him down, but a nice return in the end there, Brock. He's up to the 38. Dallas sending its offense out for the second time this game. And so far, they've executed exactly how they drew it up, Brock. Early lead, no points allowed, and a chance now to seize control of the game on their second possession.
And Kate, generally, offenses love to script their first 10 to 15 plays. Well, this entire game script is playing out just the way they want to.
Man in motion here. Throwing on first is Prescott. This finds Cooks, complete. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. Brought in by Jake Ferguson. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Elliott's on 1st and 10. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline and his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. He loses the football. Picked up by the Rams. Wow, oh wow. He sent his offense out twice now, and both times they fumbled it away. I'm not sure who's more aggravated, the dudes down there or the dude next to me up here.
Well, I'm aggravated, but I know the guy on the field wants to put the offense in the doghouse, like all of them right now. This can't happen in the NFL, Kate. And a lot of guys out there, they got to be looking to one another, hold each other accountable to hold on to the ball.
So the LA offense getting out there for their 2nd drive. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. While a new offense preps to head out, we've got a stoppage. They want to make sure this is a turnover. All right, so we all know what we're looking for here, Brock. Where did an elbow, maybe a knee, something touch down? And as it does, is the ball loose at that point?
Yeah, throw in forearm, wrist, shin. There's no question the offensive guy's screaming something hit the ground while the defense is hoping it didn't.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So the nice defensive play, all for naught. He was down first, no fumble. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Prescott here from the gun. Connects on the crosser. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Trying an inside give to Elliott. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4. So before they can set up for another play, we've hit the end of the 1st quarter. 7-3 is our score. Back to AT&T Stadium in just a moment. Time for our 2nd quarter now. Let's see if the Cowboys can capitalize here in the red zone. Right back to Elliott now. And he's just spinning his wheels, man, this entire 1st half. They drop him behind the line. The stop made that time by the rookie from Florida State.
What was supposed to move the chains or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead? Well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Catch is made in close. And in for the Dallas touchdown. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the 1st half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
For the point after, here's Aubrey. The point after splits the uprights. And the Cowboys drive their lead to 11. Aubrey now to kick this one away. 2-2 Atwell, now to return it. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The Rams headed back after their second drive now. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw in their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Throwing now, Stafford. Finds his back, Kyron Williams. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Off the play fake, it's Stafford. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he'll be across midfield and close to that 45 before going out. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And it brings up an LA first down.
Kate, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw. And without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Donovan Wilson getting there for the stop. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
From the 43. Cup on the catch. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. It's a 21-yard gain. And the Rams are going to have a first down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
From the gun, a carry by Williams. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. And it brings up an LA first down.
That was the perfect play call for that particular situation. Gave him enough to pick up a first with some room to spare.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. This one's caught. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
2nd and 3 now. Throwing from the gun here. Throw complete to Williams. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
Play like this, that's exactly where you want to get him the ball. Right on the outside, where he's got the space and a lot more room to work.
From inside the 1, here's 1st and goal. Williams hits the end zone for the Los Angeles touchdown. The Rams make it a 1-score game in the first half. Kyron Williams, the touchdown. Well, we all knew what was coming when they got into that goal line formation, didn't we, Brock? And they just pound the rock in for an old-school touchdown.
I just sometimes love that stuff. Nothing fancy, nothing cute. Here's our formation. You know we're running right at you, and we challenge you to stop us, and you can't.
On comes Joshua Carty to try the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Rams cut the lead down to 4. We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Turpin with a return. This return makes it up to the 37 as he's tackled. The Cowboys and quarterback Dak Prescott ready to get back to work. They have played lights out on offense. Scored their first 2 times out, Brock. A chance to go 3 for 3 and grow that lead here. The Cowboys have it in great field position as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. First down, here's Dak. Throw complete to Lamb. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Dak off the play fake. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home with that sack.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Elliott straight ahead. Hit behind the line, and the ball is loose. Picked up by the Rams. And they stop him before he gets much on the return.
Well, sure, you're looking to try to get a first down on 2nd down. You're trying to create a manageable 3rd down, but I'll tell you what you're not trying to do, ever, is give the ball away. And that's what the offense does to the defense right there.
The Rams back out on offense as we see Kyron Williams again. And the turnover puts them right back out there. Just a few plays since they scored that touchdown.
Well, they didn't get much time to rest, but guess what, Kate? That defense didn't get much time to rest either. Now you could go in attack mode while they're still shaking off that last touchdown.
So just like all touchdowns, all turnovers also reviewed, and they want to take another look at this one. Yeah, pretty bang-bang play out there. It's tough to see exactly what happened on our first look in real time.
But you know what I like here, and I do appreciate, and these officials are so good at let the play just play itself out before calling it dead. Now all the replays and the camera angles will give us such a better idea of really what happened.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Take that fumble away. The officials overturn the call and say he was down. So near disaster a moment ago, but the drive's still in trouble if they can't convert on 3rd. Dak now from the gun. Ferguson there to bring it in. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
Cowboys punting it away here on 4th, and it's the long-time vet Brian Anger on now. Nice punt here, up and angled towards the sideline. This one's headed for the sideline and out. We'll get the mark. They say it's at the 9 where it crossed. The Rams returning their offense and this running back to the field. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Working from the gun. Here's Stafford. That one complete to Higbee. And he's taken down here at the 16-yard line.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
2nd and 3 now. They fake the handoff now. Stafford. Complete. It's Atwell. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Stafford from the gun. He'll get this to Cup. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was 1st down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Give to Williams from the gun. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. That was Michael Parsons making that play. He gets a couple, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Throwing is Stafford on 3rd. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along the route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
Rams going to punt on 4th down, and they're calling Ethan Evans to the field. And the fair catch made here at the 15. The Cowboys and Ezekiel Elliott just about set to get going on offense. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Off the play fake, hits Prescott. He puts some power on a deep one left. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete.
I don't fault the look downfield at all. I mean, that's just a situation there where it's a better defensive play than the offense executing.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Handoff running right, Elliott. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Tre'Davious White there on the stop.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
We're to the 2-minute warning from AT&T. The Cowboys have a lot of work to do for any points before the break. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Here's Dak. Lamb's got it on the sideline. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
They'll go with another punt, which brings Brian Anger back to the field. The Rams have Tutu Atwell deep to return. First punt win 45 yards. This looks considerably further. He fields this at the 18. And a nice return out of him. They have it a little further up past their own 30. He manages 13 on this punt return. And the Rams will take possession. They've got first down from the 31. Shotgun snap to Stafford. He beams one deep right side. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete.
The ability to track the ball, right? Ball skills isn't just knocking it away, and that's a beautiful job there, Kate. The ball skills is also being able to track a ball on a deeper throw like that. If he doesn't swat it away, we're looking at a huge gain.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Stafford. A throw right side finds Cup. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. Clock continuing to run as the Rams hurry to the line. Third and long for him here. That's taken in by Cup. He'll have the first down and even more. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Now the Rams will use the first of their timeouts. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting the first. First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Now Stafford again. He fires one deep down the middle. He's got it inside the 10. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Rams get some late points and the lead. Cooper Kupp the touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Cardi now for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Rams push their lead to 3.
Cowboys 14.
Cardi has it all teed up and ready to send it away. Dowdle now to return it. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field.
Holding, proceeding to
A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. So the penalty on the return doesn't do them any favors, Brock. A lot more field ahead of them here starting out. First and 10, Prescott. It's caught, Ferguson. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Prescott here from the gun. Ferguson's got it, complete. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Tackle made by Ernest Jones.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. Offense set for a 1st and 10. Another throw for Prescott. He throws a bullet down the right sideline. That one is incomplete. The clock now down to 16 seconds remaining.
Oh, that's a major missed opportunity right there. Coverage can breathe a little sigh of relief. They dodged a bullet. Time to adjust and get some extra help on the back end to take away those open shots downfield.
Throwing again is Dak. Finds him over the middle. Decent gain here, but short of the first. Now the offense going to take its 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. Third and just 2 to go. Dak throwing again. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
You know, these 3rd and short situations, you rep them all the time. Snap after snap, rep after rep. You're expecting man-to-man coverage in that down and distance, and you're expecting to execute. That time on 3rd and short, they can't get the job done.
He's back to throw. He finds him beyond the marker. And he'll be out of bounds at his own 45.
I love those moments of truth. We get to see exactly how they handle it when all the pressure of the drive's right on them. Turns out, handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing on.
Here comes the final play of our first half. Throwing it just before halftime. He puts some air under a deep throw to the left. Brought in inside the 20. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. That brings us to halftime with the visiting Rams out in front. Now we'll send you east to our studios in Orlando. That's where Jonathan Coachman is waiting to bring you the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, what you got for us?
Okay, Kate, thanks very much. And with that, we welcome you all into our EA Sports studios. This is the Halftime Report. We saw a fine performance in that first half from the running back, Kyron Williams. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter. Aubrey now to kick this one away. On the return, here comes Rivers. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Rams and receiver Cooper Kupp taking the field once again. And he finds himself across an important benchmark for yards this season after that last drive. He stayed pretty busy this season, and the numbers show just that. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Working from the gun, here's Stafford. That one complete to Higbee. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
New set of downs for him at the 38. On first down, here's Stafford. It's taken in by Williams. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on first down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on second down.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Stafford from the gun. That's on target, Puka Nacua. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. A pickup there of 33 yards. And the Rams are going to have a first down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Second half starts with a run by Williams. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
On these 1st and 10 calls, defenses are always keyed in that a run might be coming their way. And as soon as the QB turned to give the ball, the entire defense came crashing in to bury them for a loss.
All right, here we go. Second down. Throwing now, Stafford. Complete, it's Atwell. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. They gain 14 on the play. And it brings up an LA first down.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
Stafford now on first down. He gets this one to Nacua. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have first and goal.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
4 downs now to get in. Here's first and goal. Working inside the red zone. Touchdown, LA! Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
Cardi now for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Rams make it a 10-point ball game.
Cowboys 14.
Cardi has it all teed up and ready to send it away. Turpin with a return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Cowboys are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And he has to be happy about his game. We're checking some of the highlights right now that he's made so far. A good showing that's seen him in the zone from time to time. And also he's just seen the field well from his spot in the middle of this offense. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. First down, here's Dak. Got Lamb, and it's complete. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's good for a Cowboys first down.
This really isn't a route designed for a lot of yards, Kate. You're just trying to get a small handful and move on to the next down. Stay in rhythm. But anytime you can work some magic after the catch and stretch it out, well, those are welcome bonus yards.
Here's Zeke on the carry. And they're going to get him down just shy of midfield. Still a nice gain, though, up to the 49. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
2nd and 3 now. Once again, Elliott. And they make the stop, we're going to say, at about the 37-yard line. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Here's Prescott, 1st and 10. Buys time, rolling right. Now here he goes. He wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first. That one goes for 25 yards. And it'll be 1st down, Dallas.
Man, I don't ever want to be a defensive coordinator. They do so many things right to take away the pass, and then what happens? Well, you get a quarterback that lowers his head, gashes the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game. You take away the pass, but you can't stop the QB run.
They'll come up 1st and 10. From the red zone now. And he makes the catch. Did he get both feet in? No! Oh, so close to 6. Incomplete.
Quarterbacks, well, they're a lot like sharpshooters in the NBA. Sometimes they're just going to miss. You got to shake it off and keep on firing.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. And he will score. It's a Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys start the 2nd half with some needed points. C.D. Lamb with the touchdown. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yeah.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. But what makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
For the point after, here's Aubrey. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Cowboys cut it to a field goal game. Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. On the return, here comes Rivers. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The visitors, then Matthew Stafford, set to go back on offense. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They send the tight end in motion. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Shotgun snap to Stafford. Able to find Nakua here. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And the Rams are going to have a first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Off the play fake, it's Stafford. That's to the sideline. It's a catch by Williams. Pickup of a few as he heads out of bounds.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Now Stafford again. Completed over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Throwing now on 1st down, Stafford. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you've got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Here's Stafford. Cup on the catch. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, even a drop would have been better than that, frankly. Couldn't find a way back to the line of scrimmage, and it's a rare pass that actually loses yardage.
All right, Cowboys showing nickel set, 3rd down. Draw play, this is Williams. And the hit stops him cold. Wow, he maybe got back to the line. It goes as no gain on the 3rd down run, and now they face 4th down.
Don't laugh at me, Kate. I almost wish there was an actual white flag on either sideline we could see waving in this spot, because that was an easy mop-up for the defense to force 4th and long.
The Rams are set to punt. And he wants to hit his 2nd effort just as well as he hit his 1st. The home teams and C.D. Lamb headed back out on offense. All their scoring has kept them close, but they still find themselves trailing by just a little in this 3rd quarter. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Play action, Prescott. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
They call play action. Would have been better to actually give it to him on a carry right there, Kate. The front was fooled. Well, for about a split second, if that. And that play call ended up working in their favor as it leads to a sack.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Handoff headed left to Elliott. And he reaches the 17-yard line as he's hauled down. Calling about 5 yards. That's going to bring up 3rd and 13.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
And the Rams add a man to the secondary. We've got 5 in the nickel, 3rd down. Dak now from the gun. Escapes the pocket. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Well, partner, I think this defense had enough. This QB has been getting out of the pocket and doing damage with his legs, but not this time. great pursuit, great effort, and they're able to wrap him up for the sack.
The Cowboys sending out their punting unit. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. Averaging over 50 yards a kick, and this is another one well hit. Starts the return at the 34. And he's brought down before the return gets far. Officially a 69-yard punt. What a kick. And they'll get ready to go on offense. Good field position for the Rams as they get ready. 1st and 10. Here's Williams to start the drive. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on, because one-on-one, he's going to run right through you.
Stafford back to throw. This is hauled in by Atwell. And a solid gain there. Gets him across the 45 before he goes out.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 43. Has him on the quick hitter. And that's good for a gain of 5. Donovan Wilson getting there for the stop.
That can be a hopeless feeling when you fire a curl route right into zone coverage perfectly like that. Unless that curl happens to be right next to where one of your guys is sitting, that pass can hum in there and there's nothing this defense can do.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Complete beyond the marker. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Working from the gun. Here's Stafford. He'll get this to come. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. A touchdown aside in that frame as we run out of time in the 3rd quarter. It's Rams ball. We'll see if they can hang on to this lead till the end. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 21. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Stafford from the gun. His pass caught by Nakua. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Straight ahead with Williams. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They stay on the ground with Williams. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Rams make it a 9-point advantage. Kyron Williams, the touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Cardi now for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Rams make it a 10-point ball game.
Cowboys 21.
Cardi has it all teed up and ready to send it away. Dowdle now to return it. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Cowboys offense now headed back to the field. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They'll motion him out of the backfield. Throwing on first is Prescott. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I know coordinator and quarterback going to be upset with that first down because you call a screen on first, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, well, that defense creates a negative play and sets them back behind the sticks.
From the gun is Prescott. It's taken in by Lamb. And a nice gain here, but it's stopped short of the first. The Rams showing a nickel look. 3rd down coming up. Prescott here from the gun. He has the first over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Running left, it's Elliott. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Working from the pistol, Prescott. Short pass brought in. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. They'll run this with Elliott. And he works this to the 38 before going down. It's a pickup of 11. And that's good for a Cowboys 1st down.
Calm, cool, collected from this offense. Love to see it. No tunnel vision on what down it was. Just focused on executing the play in front of them.
Here's Prescott, 1st and 10. Ferguson's got it, complete. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Gosh, I really like this receiver on that drag route in particular. Why? Because he's a guy that creates after the catch. They don't close quickly. He could take it to the house.
Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. Short side option here. He's running left. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
I could promise you that's not what it looked like on the practice field nor on the whiteboard. Typically, QB run is going to net you a whole lot more yardage than that. But let's give some credit. Strong effort by that defensive front who contained a play that typically goes for a whole lot more.
And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in the pocket for a later occasion.
All right, set now. 1st and 10. This is Elliott running right. And he got what he could there, only to the 14. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. Escapes out to the left. And that will not be enough for a 1st down.
You know, that may have been a situation when you look back on it, he watches the tape the next day, and he's got to find a way to throw the ball because his running ability, while it gets him some yards, is not enough to get the 1st down.
3rd and just 2 to go. Back to throw. Here's Dak. And he will score. It's a Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys make it a 4-point game here in the 4th. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. Sometimes these dudes can be a quarterback's best friend, finding the tight end in the end zone for 6. Bring things back to within a field goal. And he connects there, so now another kick from him. A field goal would tie this game in the 4th. Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Atwell now to return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Possession switching back to the LA offense as they head out. And after that touchdown, cut their lead back to 1 score, Brock. A response in order as they take over. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Williams. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
Second down now, 7 to go. They fake the handoff, now Stafford. Did not like what he was seeing, Brock, and he just hurls this one away.
There was almost no resistance offered against the rush. It came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Looking to throw. And this one is dropped and incomplete. He had the pick in his hands, couldn't hang on. It's going to be fourth down.
I think I could see his eyes from the booth. He was envisioning the return and simply dropped it. He got to secure the pick before anything else.
The Rams are set to punt. Ethan Evans, the one to kick it away. Fields this clean at the 30. And it ends up a good return for him, up past their own 40. The home team's headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. The Cowboys have it in great field position as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. First down, here's Dak. Getting out to his left. He takes it himself. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Ball on the 45. 1st and 10. Now Dak to throw. Put the body on the line for his team. That's 16 on the pickup. And it'll be first down, Dallas.
When coaches discuss their favorite plays of a game, I guarantee you this one's going to be on it. Not just because of the catch, but because of the effort to go lay out and bring in an off-target throw.
They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning left for them. We've got 1st and 10. Now here's Prescott. Catch made over the middle. And he's going to be marked down 5 yards short of that first.
I feel so bad, I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
We've reached the 2-minute warning from Dallas. Cowboys down by only 3. From the 24. Trying to push it deep downfield. He's got it! Oh, what body control to stay in and get the 2 feet down. So what a finish this is shaping up to be. The late touchdown here, Brock, moves them in front.
And week to week, what a pleasure it is for us to call these games. We never know what kind of game we're going to get. This one's been everything you could have wanted. And now, even though they've taken the lead, there's still enough time on that other sideline for them to go mount a response.
Now a crucial point after to stretch the lead beyond a field goal. And it's good, so they take the lead, and the extra point buys them some breathing room. A field goal does not tie it now. Aubrey now to kick this one away. On the return, here comes Rivers. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The visitors back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. They get that big old marker out, cross a major number off his roadmap after that last drive. He's reached one of the marks that every back strives to hit at some point during the season. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
Here he is to throw. This one's caught. It's cut near the sideline. And he reaches the 35 before going out.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. To throw. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
3rd down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. Here he is to throw. That's incomplete on 4th down, and they'll turn over possession.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. One of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
They're set up at the 35 now. Elliott's on 1st and 10. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Now the Rams will use the first of their timeouts, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down. Trying an inside give to Elliott. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Timeout taken by Los Angeles. It's 2nd. And they'll have just one left to burn now. Third down, 1 yard to go. Right back to Elliott now. And he could not get there. They stop him right at the line. Now the Rams are going to use their 3rd and final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. Trying for it, it's Elliott. And he's brought down for a loss. And they get to him just in time. That's a tackle for the stand and a turnover on downs.
I love aggressive defenses, and a blitz on 4th down's a gutsy call. But it can work against the pass, or in that case, against the run. Good luck running for the sticks when you've got a whole defense crashing the line of scrimmage off the snap.
Now LA getting its offense all set to go. And they're very fortunate the turnover on downs and short field did not lead to points. They can thank their defense by putting a scoring drive together right now. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. He'll look to throw it. complete. It's Atwell. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And it brings up an LA first down.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
And they got there in time. He's taken down. And a big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Send everybody deep. I know he wants to wait and stretch the field and use his arm. Trouble is, you wait too long, you end up on your back.
Clock continuing to run as the Rams hurry to the line. Setting up to pass. And will he? No, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game. And the back-to-back sacks. Nice work by the defense there. Sets him up with a third down.
Some squads you just see love to do this, Kate, and I've got so much respect for defensive coordinators who late in the game, instead of playing prevent, well, they step up the aggression meter. Back-to-back sacks puts this offense and this quarterback way off schedule.
And they get to him again. So it's a win for the Cowboys. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory. So for my partner Brock Heward and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott, saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. The Cowboys are winners as we say so long from Dallas.